But now you mentioned that they have to write a test. You said they have to log in online and so forth. But who mark these tests? Can you just start like even before we get to matric? Generally, who marks the tests of homeschool kids?
Okay, who marks the tests of your kids now?
Why are you putting me on the spot? I do.
Right, okay, so if they don't understand it, they can't go on. So, okay, so for like maths, I teach my kids their maths. If they don't understand, they can't go forward. The English, a lot of the English we do is I read with them, vocabulary. If they don't understand, they can't go on to the next thing. So it's kind of obvious whether they're working or not working. And I think also in high school, giving them the chance, okay, so to do well for mom, really, it's not a big deal in high school. I'm just saying that it's not. So that's not their priority. So sign them up to things. Outsource. So my kids do the science courses at the aquarium. They love them. So somebody else marks their work. Go and look for, if there's a local college that will let someone without matric do a course, sign them up. Say, oh, really? You are interested in this? Let me sign you up. And you would be amazed how your high school kids can gear up and achieve for a college course. Or just look for courses, look for people doing stuff. You never know. There might be like, I know UCT has summer school, so they're not tested, but it's like you can go and attend a course on, I don't know, medieval church spires or something. I mean, it's weird, but but you know what I mean? If you've got a child that wants to know all about frogs, let them find a course on frogs and go and learn about them. And they will raise their game. There are lots of online courses you can do. They're free. You do not have to pay. Lots you have to pay. Don't fall for that. You can do the free ones. I know 1 year we did for science. What's it called? We did a forensic science course with online. It was so much fun. That's how we did science. It was, I think, a Udemy course or Future, but one of those big online schools. And it was free as long as you kept up with the class. And that was fine. So the first day they show you a picture and there's a car and somebody died here, let's find the clues. And then the next week you walk around and they say, well, this is how you do it. And it's amazing. And it's fun and it's engaging. And so research and find things that are fun. It doesn't all have to be boring slog, you know. You can have fun. And that's the point. You know, make sure you're having fun. Yeah.
Nice. And now for the matric equivalence certificates that you get, that you do online. So it is marked, you do it online and this is marked and then you just get the result. Does it work like that?
For the GEDs, you have to go in, you go on their website and you look for Google GED. You go on the website, you can book and go and write it. Khan Academy has lots of practice for writing these final exams for GEDs and SATs. It's free. Go practice exams and go and write them. Google SATs. I think GEDs you can write anytime you like. You phone their office or you go online and you book your test whenever you like. And for anybody, that's for anybody who wants a piece of paper that says matric, a GED is quite adequate. If you want to go and get a job anywhere and they say you need a matric, then you can hand them a GED and you're good to go. SATs are more for college entrance.
Okay.
And I think in South Africa, you can write them twice a year. You just go on the SAT website and they say, in South Africa on this day, book your exam. So it's really easy. You don't have to do a complicated thing. Obviously, if you're going to change to something like Cambridge, then you have to get their books and do their exams when they say and all that. But that's a route you choose. Obviously, you're going to research it, and if that's what works for your family, then fine. You know, so there are different ways to do this.
Yeah.
It's
Nice.
not
And
that
I'm just
way.
wondering now, as you are talking, once you get that certificate, when you come to the board, the South African board, do you now have to pay that fee, that huge fee that I hear people talk about to get the matric certificate?
We have not paid a huge fee. No,
18,000 rand, you've never heard of that?
no,
Okay. No, that's good.
no.
No, no, that's good because I've had people saying
But
you owe them.
it's still coming. The bill is coming.
No, it's not. No, it's
No,
good because
I've
I've
never
had people
heard of
saying you
this.
have to pay. Okay, that's good. That's good then. It's good to know that you can convert those certificates into matric if you want to use it locally.
You can, and then so most varsities, if you've got that, they can still refuse you if they want
Mm.
to. But then if you've got a year of college, which is tertiary, then they can't. Sometimes the university might say, okay, your results aren't good enough or whatever, with just your GEDs or your SATs. And
Mm.
then if you've got a year of college, then that's tertiary, and
Okay.
then that's good. So you can find a community college and send your child for a year, and then that counts as a year of tertiary, and they can get into varsity.
Wow. This was a detailed response, and I think you have covered the requirements really of what is required in order for the child to go to varsity. In a sense that you've said that you have to read whatever that they need, they want to study, and then they must work towards that goal. Um, can I just ask a general question under that? If maybe someone wants, let's say, wants to be an engineer, right?
Yeah.
And the university requirements are normally English, science, and math most of the time. And I don't know if they've added some of the things, but those are the main requirements. So how do you then go about doing that? Or when you are doing that certificate, how do you choose your subjects then? Because I'm sure
Well,
they don't have like things like life skills and so forth. So how do you how is it quantified? At university you will have things they call credits, that maybe this module is 16 credits, this one's 8 credits, this one's 32 credits. So
right.
for subjects, how is that quantified if I don't have life orientation or life skills or whatever they call it these days?
So you will obviously teach them science
Mm,
because they got into engineering. They will do some sort of science. They
mm,
will do obviously maths, and you will prepare them as best you can. And they're not teaching. You're not teaching them just like in a vacuum. So obviously they're learning everything they need
mm.
for varsity. And then when they write the SATs, the results will prove that they can do maths. They will get a high mark, or they won't, but they should get the
Yeah,
marks required. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
So,
Are they guided
and
when they are
then,
choosing their
and then you
subjects?
also write for them. So this is an important thing we haven't spoken about, but you write for them as they go through high school. It's called a transcript, and
Okay,
it's like a CV of their high
okay,
school. And it's
okay.
actually quite fun to put together. And you work on it with them as they go up. So, for instance, um, obviously, I'm going to put English, not Afrikaans. My kids have not done Afrikaans, but they have
Is
done
it
French. So I'll put French, um,
okay?
maths, and so on. And I can give them a grade on how they're doing.
Mm,
Um, So, at the end of the chapter of the book they're working in, I can say, do the test. If they get 60%, I can put to C. If they get 100%, I can put to A plus, plus, plus.
mm,
But on that transcript, you also put everything else they've done. So if they've done an
mm,
online course, if they've attended a college course, what sport they do. Um, some, like my kids do sport at the local high school.
mm,
What volunteering Find them volunteering. Let them do it. Let them go and volunteer places. Put that down. It's very good, and it shows leadership. And varsities
Mm.
aren't only looking for marks, they're looking for all-rounders because that's
Yeah.
going to represent their university well. So the
Mm.
more rounded your child is, the more uh, outside of the academic skills they have, you know,
Mm.
the better. So, um, like my one child loves talking. So,
Yeah.
put him on a debate team. Put what debates he went to. Um,
Mm.
Another one loves hockey, plays first team. Put that down. Another one has loved working at the aquarium. Put that down. It all counts as a picture of who they
Mm.
are. Because if you look at just their marks, so the SAT, they get a score. It's like 1,300 points, the end. Tells you nothing about that person,
The
not
past.
one thing. So
You're
you
right.
create you create a CV for them of what they did in high school, and you
Wow.
submit it. You send that in with the result because it's
Mm.
showing them that your child's committed to a particular thing, that your child is a leader, that your child is passionate about certain things that they're studying towards. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
makes
Yeah.
sense. And you
Yeah.
build that up. You don't try and do it when they're in trying to apply. It's too late because it's something you should have worked on all along.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and if they got a job at the local store, well, put that down because it shows that that kid is invested in things, its
Yes.
future, its
Yes.
work, its commitment, and that's all good. So,
Mm.
yeah,
Okay.
there. Does that help?
That's interesting. It does. It does. You're shedding a lot of
So,
light.
even if
So
your child doesn't go to university,
yes.
if they're applying for a job, that helps.
Yes.
If your child decides they want to go and, teach English on the far side of the world, like many children do, by having
Mm.
that transcript, that CV, all prepared as they finish school, it's demonstrating all their skills already. It's there, it's ready. They can just take that with them and apply for the job. It's not just for university, it's for the all roundness of your
Yes.
child.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. I like that. I like that, and I think that can help a child as well. I'm just thinking, teenagers, maybe there'll be a point in their life where they feel confused about life, confused about who they are, what they like, and having something tangible that says you did this year. And I think maybe when they look at that, they might remember how they felt when they were doing that. Like, oh, I actually enjoyed doing this. Unlike when you as a parent can say, oh no, but you're good at this, you're good at remember you did this course and so forth. So when you have that portfolio with you, they can just see and they can refresh their feelings and emotions and what they felt when they were doing that, and they can easily decide if they want to continue with that part or maybe they want to change. So I really like
Exactly.
that. In
Exactly.
fact, I'm going to take this advice you just gave now to do with my kids right now. So
Yeah,
I'm just
just
gonna
what
give.
have you done this year? Let's see. What did
Yeah,
you learn? What did you
just
enjoy? When they're little, you collect their art projects, but when you're big, you have to collect other things, other actions
mm,
they take.